What up, Long Beach? Welcome back to the 562.org. It's Tyler.
And Mike, and this high school cross country video is brought to you by Naples Rib Company, now open for indoor dining.
This is what we're all playing for, Mike. The Moore League Championships here in cross country. And we didn't know that we were going to get this opportunity. It's been a great cross country season, and it's awesome to see all these schools together competing once again.
Yeah, they ain't playing, Tyler. Poly boys looking for a 14th straight Moore League championship. They're the current league leaders by winning all of their dual meets. Cameron Roan, a big part of that. But the star freshman Jason Parra and Milliken looking for revenge.
With the heat waves coming off the Cabrillo track, let's get this thing going and buckle up. It is a wild ride, this whole video. That's going to be Parra and teammate Scott Kirchhoff ahead of the field as we tour the softball and baseball fields. Running along the 103 freeway, fun fact, it was a filming location in the first Fast and the Furious movie, which came out before any of these kids were born. Feel old yet, Mike?
I always feel old covering cross country, Tyler. As they finish that first loop behind the bleachers, it's still Parra and Kirchhoff with a dense chase pack behind them. Obviously need this thing to thin out to get a sense of what's happening. As we go for the second field loop, Parra growing his lead. Then it's Kirchhoff, then Sebastian DiBiase, and a lot of poly jerseys in the chase pack. Obviously, as we know, in these bigger meets, the chase pack often tells the story.
Absolutely. And after the third of four trips on around that field, Parra with a big lead. Kirchhoff holding on to second, but now it's Poly's Cameron Roan and Robert Guerrero on his tail with Luke Larson closing in as well for the Rabbits. The rest of the top 12 was either Rams or Jackrabbits. Kyle Johnson and Ramon Lopez getting into the mix with Nick Mejia trying to chase down spots, and it's going to be super important in those positions. Parra on the final stretch, you can see a comfortable lead. He would not get caught today, but a great battle for second between Roan and Kirchhoff going neck and neck.
And obviously, you know, every single one of the placements in this is going to be huge. Parra wins at 15:06.99, capping a terrific freshman season. Roan and Kirchhoff battling to the finish. Kirchhoff with the kick. Roan knows he's there, but the legs said nope, just couldn't make that final push. And Kirchhoff is going to finish in 15:16. Roan 1 second behind, so 1-2 for the Rams.
But Poly had great depth. Guerrero and Larson going to go help them go 3, 4, 5. All these finishers are important, as we saw in their dual meet. And what a moment this is. Poly senior Kyle Johnson in his last race, giving it his all to try to catch Lopez from Milliken. And it's going to be a photo finish. Lopez holds him off by 4 thousandths of a second for sixth place. Unbelievable. Nick Mejia going to be eighth, giving Poly 5 of the top 8 finishers. Then it's DiBiase and Sean Whip for Milliken. Then Poly's Brandon Perry. Wilson's top finisher, senior Jack Wade, and then Mason Lindsay going to come in for the Jackrabbits.
Shout out to Lakewood's top finisher, Fabian Morales Nunez, and Jordan's top finisher, Daryl Stevens. Just congrats to everybody who was able to compete in this weird season. We go to the award ceremony where Parra really showed himself to be the class of the league with the individual championship. But the team result, 27-28 in favor of Long Beach Poly, who win their 14th straight league title for first-year head coach Cameron Ford, and their 24th league title in 25 seasons.
Unreal dominance. Now to the girls' race where Milliken looking to defend their Moore League title, but they did lose to Poly by 1 in their dual meet. Jackrabbits looking to knock off the Rams, but star sophomore Camille Lindsay was running with an injury in this meet. As the race gets started, the proceedings are immediately interrupted. An error with the timing at the start of the race means we have to bring all of those runners back and get a second start to this one. Just add it to the list of weird things that happened today. Lindsay, though, did take her familiar perch at the head of the pack, with Milliken's Bella Stockelper leading a mixed chase pack behind her.
I'm going to tell you right now, if you're thinking about turning this video off, you make sure you watch to the end of this video. This is the wildest cross-country finish we've ever had. On the second lap, you can see the lead was actually shrinking for Lindsay, which doesn't usually happen. Stockelper ends up even with her at the midpoint of the race. These two went 1-2 last year.
On the third trip around the field, race starting to take shape. Wilson's Natalie Seymour, Milliken's Anna Blocker, and Poly's Alexa Bryson join those leaders as they group in a top 5. Look at Milliken's depth. Rebecca Perez, Erin Aguirre, and Hazel McIntosh right behind them. On the final lap here, Stockelper and Blocker pulling away. You can see as we have to pan back to get Seymour and then Lindsay way behind. You just don't normally see that from the defending champion, Mike. And here is where things get crazy. You can see this is right at the finish. Stockelper, a huge lead over Blocker and then the rest of the field, but she's starting to waver. You can see she's looking behind her. Legs are starting to give out. and she's gonna collapse on the track. I mean, we're a quarter of a lap from the finish here. We're so close. She's fighting through the exhaustion, still looking over her shoulder. Blocker comes into frame, but she's also in agony here. Natalie Seymour from Wilson, the freshman, coming along. Stockelper trying to gut it out. She's 25 yards from the finish, and she goes down again. Unbelievable. Seymour with the pass, and the freshman comes from third to first in 1942. She wins it. Perez from Milliken, 1945. Now Bryson going to take third, 1952 for Polly. Unbelievable for Stockelper. Heartbreaking to see that happen so close to the end.
Yeah, gutsy performance. Lindsay's going to take fourth, 20:05, running through that injury. And then you can see Stockelper and Blocker both being helped up. Key finishers for the Rams, who are still chasing that team title, Aguirre at fifth and McIntosh at sixth. But you just really can't say enough about what an unbelievable story this is. Aileen Rios going to take seventh for Polly. Here we see the depth of the Milliken squad, which was the story of the day. Rebecca Ellens in eighth, Polly's Danica Hunter ninth, and then Grace Vasquez gives the Rams 5 of the top 10, even without their top 2 runners, who fell out at the very finish there. Race to the end between 2 Bruins. Natalie Maz is going to edge out Chloe Brodsky.
Yeah, then Nina Draffin, the top finisher for Lakewood. Got to give a shout out to Seymour, winning the Moore League title in just her second ever varsity race. I mean, unbelievable effort from her. Obviously, a crazy finish. The team result hadn't been announced yet. It was 31-36 in favor of Milliken, and the Rams go crazy as they find out that they won the Moore League championship. You can see how much it means to them. They lost their top 2 finishers right at the end. But we're happy to report Stockelper and Blocker were both doing okay after the race. They were even able to FaceTime with their teammates and celebrate as the Rams win back-to-back championships. First time they've done that in girls cross country since 1983-84.
Unbelievable stuff. Thanks so much to all of our sponsors. And hey, if you have enjoyed Moore League cross country coverage this year as much as we have, you want to make sure we're around in the fall in just a few months for the next season. We need you to go to the 562.org and click support or subscribe today to make sure we're around to cover what looks like it might be an all-timer for Moore League cross country in the fall.